There is my audience. Thank you guys.
Okay, go.
Dr. Boudreaux, the name of the elementary school teacher who is forever etched in my memory.
Mom.
I will not forget her because of the opportunity that she provided my siblings and I through the program that I shared today, the Goody Two Shoes Foundation. When I was 6, my parents got into a car accident. I remember the pain and fear I felt that day. Things around the house became less frequent as they were not able to work full time. During that time, Dr. Boudreaux enrolled my siblings and I into a program like the Goody Two Shoes Foundation. Our parents could not afford to get us new shoes and the necessary clothing items for some time, so this program saved us from the embarrassment of wearing the same beat-up clothes to school. What was even worse was the same pair of black high-top shoes I wore to school every day. Before that accident, I remember my family shopping at Payless for the cheapest shoes we could find, then being at a point where even that became too expensive. I genuinely couldn't tell you the number of times I found holes in the bottom of my soles, in addition to only having one pair of shoes. I was officially embarrassed and enlightened by this problem when my friend asked me to borrow a pair of socks and they all had holes in them. The holes in my shoes had caused holes in all of my socks, which eventually became unable to be worn. The cycle had no end until Dr. Boudreaux put us in that program. These reasons are why this foundation is so important to me. I've experienced the difficulties of being unable to afford a new pair of socks or shoes. I also remember the hindrance the holes in my shoes caused when walking home or playing. These reasons gravitated me towards the Goody Two Shoes Foundation. I know firsthand the impact of having a decent pair of shoes. I have also experienced how forgotten about and taken for granted shoes can be. Something so simple as socks and shoes can be glossed over. However, so many kids have been impacted by the Goody Two Shoes Foundation. The impact of Dr. Boudreaux and my firsthand experience allow me to discuss the impact of this foundation. The Goody Two Shoes Foundation provides disadvantaged children and children in crisis with new shoes and socks, as well as other items deemed essential for good health and positive development. In 2013, Nikki and Tony Bertie held a one-day event that provided disadvantaged children with shoes. The momentum from the community grew substantially until it became a foundation 4 years later. The opportunity did not cease when they developed a 48-foot shoe store on wheels in 2010. This unit enabled the Goody Two Shoes Foundation to spread its reach into the schools. This proved effective as the Goody Two Shoes Foundation now services 10,000 at-risk Southern Nevada children annually. What I can take from my experience in a program like this is the atmosphere that it provided myself and to the other children. Sometimes understanding why we're here in a part of a program like this is a complex realization for a child to make. However, it is something that the Goody Two Shoes Foundation does a good job in preventing. The camaraderie of community and the positivity of empowerment is an experience that is difficult to forget. Just as I prefaced with Dr. Boudreaux, the impact provided by the people who get you there or make things just seem a little better than they are can positively impact the life of a child more than that person could ever know. The Goody Two Shoes Foundation services children kindergarten through the 12th grade by referring schools and other nonprofit organizations dedicated to assisting children in need. Throughout the year, the Goody Two Shoes Foundation hosts large on-site shoe distribution schools or events at schools. In these events, they outfit 400 plus students on free or reduced lunch. I remember that being the criteria that determined my siblings and I being assisted by Dr. Boudreau. What also draws similarities from my experience is the empowerment I felt when picking the shoes I wanted to wear. The same can be said for the Goody Two Shoes Foundation, as they enable children to select the shoes of their choice. I remember how much of a positive reinforcement that was for me. The ability for a child to have a choice in something they wear substantially provides the confidence needed to deal with those slight difficulties. I was able to be happy about something I chose, and I would have to see every day. I was able to choose something I liked and be myself. Through the Goody Two Shoes Foundation, I can confidently say that since 2003, 125,000 Southern Nevada kids can say the same. Moreover, the two types of programs in Southern Nevada hosted by the Goody Two Shoes Foundation are large-scale school distributions that outfit 300 to 500 students, or individual crisis referrals as a result of unexpected or catastrophic events in a child's life. I have experienced both of these options in my childhood, with Dr. Boudreau pulling my siblings and I out of class to select shoes and other items, in addition to my basketball coach lending me shoes because I couldn't afford to purchase any. Being bereft of the adequate resources to maintain proper athletic shoes wasn't an issue that evaded me in my later years. As I previously mentioned, I struggled to maintain shoes for most of my young school years. From 6th grade all the way to 11th grade, I played basketball and never afforded a new pair of basketball shoes. Luckily, I played for the same schools, so my coaches knew my situation. They weren't always the best shoes, but that was never my concern. Like many of the kids affected by their life situations, I had a precocious understanding of the gratefulness one must have for the items we take for granted. These reasons drove me to appreciate and to support the Goody Two Shoes Foundation. If I wasn't directly affected by their work, I benefited from a program such as theirs. If you would like to volunteer for the Goody Two Shoes Foundation, all you simply have to do is add your email to their contact list. You'll be able to volunteer for work and to recognize the impact of benefiting so many kids with a new pair of shoes. And also, you'll be able to witness a community that looks out for each other. The feeling of providing a kid with new shoes or something that they need is a feeling that is usurped by nothing. I actually started on the other side of that interaction, being the kid who was looking for something in need and looking for the confidence in something I felt comfortable in. That is why I appreciate all the work that Dr. Boudreau and the Goody Two Shoes Foundation does for so many Southern Nevada children. Without programs like these and without this foundation, so many kids would endure the pain of turbulent environments, in addition to the lack of resources that these environments often eradicate. Thank you for the opportunity to present the Goody Two Shoes Foundation, a foundation that means a lot to me and has impacted my life and the lives of so many Southern Nevada kids. Thank you.
Thank you.
You guys are funny.
Thanks.